So healthcare workers are overwhelmed. Healthcare workers are beleaguered. We're fatigued. We've been traumatized. And I think about what can we do to rescue, what can we do to revive, and what can we do to restore. And I think we are learning that the conversation has to be less about the particular resiliency of a person, but how systems breed resiliency. And what does that look like? So for instance, in the healthcare world, we're thinking about staff who've experienced what we call moral injury, right? Just repeated trauma, and this pandemic has heightened that repeated trauma that they have gone through. How do you accomplish healing in that? How do you give people safe spaces to process, safe spaces to discuss, safe spaces to unearth the collective and cumulative trauma that they've been exposed to so that they can still perform their job? What we're experiencing now, even as another surge, another variant is upon us, is that fatigue on top of fatigue. And we see people leaving the healthcare field is something I think about daily, thinking about how do you breed well-being into a culture. And we were talking about how hard it is to change culture, right? But what are the intentional acts that systems, institutions, organizations can do to do that? And it is going to be so important right now, I think more so than ever, as we talk about health equity, that we breed resiliency in systems that tell people, even in the face of trauma, you matter. Even in the face of daunting odds, you matter. Because as you said, diversity is having multiple different people around the table. Inclusion is something different. Is having access to power, is having access to resources and assets. And I think the more that we can create pathways where people have access to resources to heal, to rest, to restore, to revive, and that they can get reconnected to the why, is how we're going to help an entire field, an entire sector, as people experience burnout and moral injury, and learn to make this a part of our culture, regardless of whether or not we're facing a pandemic. That is so important and so relevant as people consider careers in healthcare, and as people consider, can I stay in healthcare? Can I stay in healthcare and be happy?